Welcome to 20 out of 10 with Nat. I'm your host, Natalie. And my guest tonight is Marco from the Dirty River Boys. Pulling up some notes real quick. Which I think he might be in here already. So Marco might be the very last person that I met before the lockdown happened. And I met him at Long Play Lounge, and we were both wearing our denim jackets, and probably Tate introduced us. And it was just a cool, random last time to meet a stranger before everybody went into hiding. And, let's see here, he's not quite in here yet. So, because I just met him, I don't actually know that much about him, except what he's told me, which is mostly hilarious. So I've never seen the Dirty River Boys. And, hey Earl, what's up? Hey Tom. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them after this, because they look like they're a lot of fun. For sure. What's up, David? Do any of you have a question for him? Because I'm going to pretty much dive into... Oh, there you are. Marco. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
How you
Natalie Press,
doing?
how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm doing fantastic. I just got done watching The Office, which I've never seen ever.
Ever?
Ever. It's my first time jumping into The Office.
I'm trying to... Okay, so you just finished it?
No, I'm on season 5,
Okay.
episode
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I've bought into the hype.
You're
I'm in.
bought into the hype of The Office. Okay.
I was putting it off for so long, like Friends was cool, but I saw that when I was a wee lad. And then Seinfeld, I watched that as a wee lad too. And both of them are equally great shows, but then I'm on The Office now, and it's great, man.
You're in. You bought in.
I bought in.
It lives up to the hype?
It does, it does, it
Okay.
does. I was against it for a minute, I was.
Apparently it's been 10 years, 12
Is
years?
that when it ended, 10 years ago?
No, it started in 2006, 5 or 6, I think.
So David Bird, Seinfeld is better. I'm gonna have to agree.
I've never
Seinfeld.
actually seen Seinfeld. I've seen The Office, but I've never seen Seinfeld.
What?
Sorry, don't die.
Oh man, Seinfeld. Okay, so
Yeah.
my hierarchy is Seinfeld, now The Office, and then
You.
all the other shows, and then Friends. I love Friends, but it's too.
I never saw Friends when it was running. I
Yeah.
only saw Friends starting 2 years ago when it was on Netflix, and I only got through season maybe 7.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
it's off of Netflix now, so I'll probably never finish it.
Yeah, it's not. It's good. It's great. It's good. But it's no Seinfeld. It's no Office. Natalie Price, how are you doing? How's it going? How's quarantine treating you?
I'm doing okay. It's been a weird week, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've had lots of mixed emotions all the time. I don't know how to answer the question. It's been weird.
I.
Oh, I normally don't like to have anything in my background. I just rented some gear though, so I have a random mic stand.
What are you renting? What'd you get?
I rented a Peluso 2477 to record some vocals
Cool.
for some tracks. I'm working on something with, Sasha K.A. from American Dreamer?
Yeah, sounds familiar. Yeah, I think so.
He wrote a song, pop song, so I'm gonna add some vocals.
Nice.
And he's having Ling Freeman produce that. So they've done their work. Now it's time for me to do mine.
Hell yeah.
And then are you doing that project where you write a song about Corona and submit it to the compilation project?
No, I didn't know that was a thing. But
It's just a few people that are, a few. There's a lot of bands on that list, but
I didn't know that was a thing. So when I was the first ever a Instagram live thing. This is all new to me, man. I'm technologically inept, so
I haven't gone live till Corona, so
Yeah, the fact that this is working, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
it's
But
amazing.
I was on with my friend Charlie Stout, um, and we were both pretty. I was drunk. I was having a great time.
I think
We
I
were
could
on, we
tell.
were, we
I
were
can't
on
remember.
we were on for like 3 hours,
You were
and
on
I
for a long
started.
time. Like I hopped
Yeah,
in for a bit and then I was like, all right.
I started a little buzz, and then it just kind of went off the rails. But we kind of joked about doing. I jokingly said like, yeah, I'm writing a coronavirus song, or like, you know, something that living in the world of quarantine. And the next day I woke up and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do this. So I have a
Did
song
you?
I recorded. I'll
You
send it to
record?
you.
Please
Yeah,
do. I'd
I'll
love to
send it
hear
to you.
it.
It's a
Because
pop song.
I've written three, but two of them are kind of, well, one of them's like kind of funny but sad. The
Yeah.
other one's kind of like funny, tongue in cheek. And then the last one that I really like is a little more serious and
Cool.
like not too on the nose.
Right
It's called
on.
Heavy. Maybe I'll
Cool.
play it after you play your song tonight.
Okay. I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Are
play
you,
my Corona song. I
oh,
haven't decided.
that
I don't
I'd
know what
love
I'm gonna
to.
play.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it. That'd be fun.
I'm I'm,
Um,
I'm curious.
yeah. Okay. I feel like I need to ask like a pointed question about your music career though
Yes.
first. I mean,
Ask away.
I had several questions. Let me narrow it down. Um, okay, so I know you play in the Dirty River Boys, and I know that you also do some solo work as well,
Yeah.
right? Are you, so you sent me a little bit about you. Did you mention you're producing as well? Like you produced the Dirty Boys record? Dirty River Boys
Yeah.
record?
So yeah, with prior to our last album, Mesa Starlight, we kind of hired. We found producers who we kind of jived with, and it worked well with. And with this last one, our old drummer Chris Hausler and I kind of manned the helm on the production side of things, the pre-production, and we kind of did so much pre-production when we got in the studio that like we just kind of dove right into it, and it all kind of came together prior. Which, if you ask me, that's the way you should record. Have as much pre-production done as possible. But
Yeah.
that being said, I hope to, one day branch out and not just produce uh, like my band stuff or like my stuff at home and have fun doing it like on a computer. But yeah, I would hope to kind of step out of the box, which is it's cool, but it's also kind of terrifying because I don't know what I'm doing. First of all, that's my life. Like, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to music, living life, cooking food. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just having fun doing it and
Yeah.
learning as I go.
I mean, that's true. I've come more and more to find that like once when you actually start to kind of know what you're doing, you realize how much you don't know. And you realize that none of us actually know what we're doing. We're just figuring it out one day at a time.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
that's terrifying, but also exciting.
It is, and I don't know. I didn't go the like the route where you go to school and learn it. And I don't think a lot of my fellow musicians went that route. But I think like when you kind of make something you're proud of, or when you, I don't know, there's like an extra level of pride when you're like, this is cool because I didn't know what I was doing when I started, and now like it just I don't know. Maybe that's hindsight's 2020, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna make a 2020 joke, but it's just not funny anymore.
God, it's what's like. I'm sure everyone's heard about the murder hornets.
The what?
The murder hornets? You haven't heard about the murder
Oh
hornets?
yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah,
That they're also terrifying. Have you seen a picture of them?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
in real life.
They're like like that big.
No. No.
Yeah, I don't like insect. I like a ladybug, but like spiders and
There are multiple
cockroaches.
spiders in my bedroom, and they're sizable.
Ah,
And the
ooh.
first one or two, I like, did the cup and the paper and like took it outside, like
You're
just be gone.
you're a more
But then
noble
like
person than I.
I feel like I've been bit a couple times. I feel like that crossed the line. So if I see you, you're gonna die.
I get
Roaches are just gone.
I get a lighter, and then I find some flammable material and just let's just kill it. I don't do that. That's a
I was
complete
like,
joke.
how's your house not burned down yet?
But if I could, I would. Spiders terrify me.
Um,
Anyway,
Funny story with the lighter though. My house got TP'd once when I was like in, I don't know, junior high, high school. No idea who they were targeting because I had a lot of brothers and sisters. But my mom went and just took a lighter and just like lit all the toilet paper out of the trees. I was
that
like,
sounds like a fire hazard.
she had a hose, I guess. But I
Okay,
was like, Mom, you're like strangely brilliant right now. Like that's amazing.
that's kind of terrifying, but kind of badass.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
I was like, and
props
I
to your
never
mom.
thought of my mom in that way. Because,
Yeah,
like, I was homeschooled, so she's my teacher, and just you have a lot of time with your mom when that
yeah,
happens.
yeah,
But, and
yeah,
then I was like, okay,
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
right.
That's an important life lesson you learned. Put
Yeah, I
toilet
was like, you're
paper
cool.
on your house.
You're
One, get a
cool.
hose. Two, just burn it. Just
Yeah,
light it
I was
on
like, who's
fire.
going to climb in a tree? I was the tree climber, and there was no way I was going to reach all of those things.
Yeah,
Um, okay, are you ready for a pop question? We could keep talking, but I feel like we're going to have plenty to talk about. You
I'm
ready?
ready. Oh,
Okay.
what's that? Oh,
It's a board game
oh,
called Yeah, Nope, and it's just questions. Have you
unreal.
ever snuck out through a window or snuck in
Um,
through a window?
through a window? No, no, I have not. But, but, when I was a shithead teenager, I was an only child, and my mom was it was just me and her. And when I was a shithead teenager, she had the utmost trust in me prior to learning that she didn't. So I would uh, I would go to bed and tell her like, "Hey, mom, I'm okay. I'm just in my room playing video games, 17-year-old kid." And then I would not sneak out the window, but I would go through the front of the house and out the side door. And then I'd put my 1996 Dodge Neon. That was my first car. RIP Dodge Neon. I miss that vehicle. I'd put it in neutral. I would at the top of a hill. I'd roll down the driveway, then down the hill.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so not through a window, but
You just like
I
boldly like, nope, straight out the door. Did
yeah,
you,
yeah.
how did you get back though? How'd you get back up the hill?
Um, I would just drive in,
Just
like, which,
boldly like,
which makes
yeah,
no
here
sense
we go.
because like I was so concerned about leaving. But, like,
Was she like already, she had to have known, right? Was she already just asleep? Was she a heavy sleeper?
well, she didn't know. She was asleep, and then she didn't know until until man, I haven't told the story until one of my ex-girlfriends at the time um called my mom while I was out, and she's like, "Hey, you should check on Marco." My mom's like, "Nah, he's asleep." Hung up the phone, called again. "You should really check on Marco." Walked up and walked to my room, and
Wow.
I wasn't. Yeah,
Bad blood.
bad blood, bad blood. I definitely deserved it, probably.
Wow.
But after that, yeah. So after that, my mom was an assistant principal at the time. She was working summer school, and she did not. I was 16 or 17, and she didn't let me sleep that night. She made me sit. My mom is the best mom. I want everyone watching. She's the best mom ever. My mom is the greatest. I love her so much. And she made me stay awake that whole night. She didn't let me fall asleep. And then the next day,
Does that mean
she
she also didn't sleep?
she also didn't sleep. She was like,
Wow.
you're learning a lesson. It was just me and her. So she had to play the enforcer. She had to play the loving mother, but she was also the enforcer. She was a hard ass, which I love her for it. And it was Horizon Middle School in El Paso, and she made me go to school with her. And the security officer, it was summer school, so no kids were there. It was prior to the summer school year starting. And she told the security officer, "Hey, don't let this kid fall asleep. Whatever you need him to do, you put him to work." And yeah, and that was my sneaking out story. So a couple days after that, she came up there. She's like, "Hey, if you're gonna go party and drink, just be safe. Just be, don't drive, don't. And it was all cool after that. It was like a learned, like, but yeah, that's my sneaking out story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What about you? You got a sneaking out story? Because you were homeschooled.
Yeah, like I didn't have friends. So no.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
like
That's good.
trying to think. Well, so in high school I went to this private Christian school, but
Oh,
like everybody lived like 45 minutes away. And I was so focused on trying to get a scholarship to college that I really like didn't have much of a life.
yeah,
And I never even heard about any parties happening.
good,
So like there was nothing for me to go do. And
good.
so and I would like stay up late, like I'd fall asleep on my homework.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
just I don't
no, that's
know.
awesome.
So
In
like
retrospect,
I did more stuff in college than I did like at in high school.
where'd you go to school?
But I went to school in Dallas at UT Dallas.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Um which is like the MIT of the South, so it's like all like brainiacs. It was yeah. Basically it was like Big Bang Theory. Like those guys were all my neighbors.
Nice.
And it was like dudes to girls like 3-1. So
Oh,
like odds were definitely in my favor.
there we go. There we go.
And then most of the dudes were like WoW players and like never left their apartments. So like
Wow.
if you ever saw someone out and about, you're like you're going to class or you're maybe an extrovert, one in a million.
Wow. I haven't heard WoW used in that capacity. World of Warcraft. Damn.
Yeah. And
I
I was just like,
did you
it was weird.
did you play World of Warcraft?
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
I never have.
Me
I
neither.
gave up video games a long time ago. I really only got into it like in the when was it? Late 90s, early 2000s?
What was your favorite? What was your video game console of choice?
I really only got into N64.
What was your favorite N64 game? Good answer, by the way.
Um we had Mario 64.
Okay.
Which I love that game. I just talked to someone about this, and I think you had to get like 124 stars or
Did you get all the
something.
stars? Yeah.
I was like 121 or 121, and then my baby sister erased my profile.
Oh.
And then I was like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm
Oh
over
God.
this. And that was part of one of the reasons why I gave up video gaming. That and my brothers, it turned them into monsters, like
Yeah.
screaming monsters. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't need this life. I
Yeah.
will do something else.
So I was too raised on the Nintendo 64 and erasing one's I don't have any brothers or sisters, but erasing one's memory that is grounds for like a brother sister beatdown.
Yeah.
That's
It's
bad.
like I don't you can't undo that. Like what
Yeah.
do you and I was like, all of this is futile. That is how
Yeah.
it felt. I was like, why am I even bothering with any of this?
Yeah. So I've learned. I kind of went through that. I think when I was again in high school, was a 16, 17-year-old kid. I was playing like Xbox or whatever, and then since then I had not broken it out until quarantine started.
Have you played N64?
No, the Xbox, but I
Cool.
bought a Nintendo 64, or I got one as a gift a few years back, and it still holds up. By the way, it's still, if you ever want to go
I don't want
revisit
to
it,
play Mario again.
oh my God, it still holds up. It's the greatest nostalgic thing ever. But it's not like playing like I was gonna say even Super Nintendo, but Super Nintendo still. It's not like playing really old arcade games that get boring after a while.
Yeah.
There's still a level of like mind control to where you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
need to get all the stars. But
What's the one with is it Star Fox? Is that
yeah,
the
Star
name?
Fox.
Was that
Yeah,
N64 or was
that was
that
N64.
PlayStation?
No, that was N64.
Okay.
Star
I played
Fox.
that, for a minute, but
Oh, dude. So I loved airplanes and fighter jets and space and sci-fi. So Star Fox was like one of the best games
was that like a
ever.
Slippy or something? Frog?
Yeah, it was Slippy the frog, Peppy was the rabbit, Falco was the falcon, and Fox was. I'm a nerd.
Wow, they're like really creative with the naming system.
Yeah. I'm a nerd.
Do you have a question for me?
I do. So I have it written down. So I'm gonna read it from my computer screen.
Wow.
Um, I gotta remind myself, and then I'll. Yeah. So you do really well at, from what I've seen and been following you, you do really well at utilizing the internet and social media platforms as a means to build community. And you've kind of curated community, and it's I don't know. It seems like um, a solid effort, and it seems like I don't know. You're like reaping the benefits and making connections. It's really cool. It's
Yeah.
fun watching it unfold. Has the lockdown, not being able to play live shows, not being able to kind of go out and coordinate with folks, has that affected the internet side of things positively or negatively, you think?
I'm not sure. It means I thought it would mean that I'm way more attentive to it, and to a certain
Mm.
extent I am. Um, but there's other things that I've been really like, and I'm saying like I'm including so Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, YouTube. Um, those are probably the main forms of communication outside of like email.
Yeah,
And I feel like I might be really, I'm primarily on Instagram. I don't
gotcha.
really like Facebook. I try not to be on it too much. So
Mm.
sometimes I miss messages that are on Facebook. And I don't
Same,
like that. I don't like missing messages.
same.
I try to respond kindly to like whoever, whatever, especially if there's a question or something. But um, I don't know. I've been for a long time. I've really wanted to try and be authentic on social media and be authentic as a musician. Like, I don't know exactly what that means, but I really want to be me.
Yeah,
And I want to be like not ashamed to be who I am. And like, I know I'm weird and I'm goofy and whatever, but like, I don't want to be ashamed of that. I want to like play into it, and like enjoy who I am. And in enjoying who I am, like other people enjoy other people as well.
yeah,
So I don't know. It's lockdown just more made me aware of like some of my shortcomings, or like how sensitive I am to stuff that's going on around me. Like I didn't know that it was possible to feel both positive and negative at the same time, like all the time.
yeah.
And it's
That's
like, wow, that's like the entire quarantine. I've just felt like there are things I'm doing really well, and then there's so many things I'm failing at. And I'm like, wow, your friend asked you to do this thing and it's a thing you actually want to do. Why can't you do the thing?
yeah.
you know? And there've been things like that that I've just like not delivered on a thing a friend asked me to do. And then I feel horrible about myself. So, um, I don't know. I think it's helpful because like I'm always craving something that's authentic, whether it's in music, it's a lyric that makes me think, or a lyric that hits me in the feels, and I'm like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel that. Um, and so I'm just trying to like I've been on a kick of trying to follow my ears and find music that I really really love, and I'm just not finding a whole lot of music that I love.
Yeah.
And I talked to a songwriter I really admire and respect, and he was like, "Well, can you write that music?" And I was like, "I don't know. I hope so."
Yeah.
But even a lot of songs I'm writing, I'm like not super into them.
Sure.
And so
That's
it's
okay.
like
Yeah.
I feel like you should you should be writing songs that you want to listen to, because
Sure.
like how do you
Yeah.
expect anyone else to want to listen to them if you yourself don't want to listen to them? So
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta
that's
be.
what I'm seeking, and I'm trying to be authentic in the process, even if it's like, wow, I took these pictures and I was maybe kind of depressed when I took them, but I decided to post them anyways.
Sure.
That was my post today or yesterday. Like,
Yeah, no,
okay.
it's we're all like it's I want to go back to like what you were saying about kind of expectations and kind of being happy with yourself and kind of putting your best foot forward on social media. I think like I want to say even people who kind of seem to have it all together and arguably maybe the most so with them social media can begin to feel like a rat race, like trying to just like one up each other and seem like you're having this this great. I honestly, I fall into that. I fall into that too. I want to look. I did X, Y, and Z today, and I'm so happy. Here's a fucking selfie, and I don't know. Sometimes I want to see social media get to a little more like realistic, a little more dark, a little not dark, but a little more just like, dude, it's a shit
Go
day.
check out my last post. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I felt that. I felt that, but yeah, I think it's a weird thing. I think a lot of times it's social media is such an important tool. I think to musicians, like all musicians, it's leveled
Yeah.
it's leveled the playing field. We can take what we do and put it on the internet and you know climb the ladder.
Anybody can see it, but nobody's listening, Like there's so much noise happening. That's why I think it'll be really interesting. I keep saying when all this is over, but it's like I don't know when it'll be over.
Yeah.
And but I keep saying I hope that we as a human race really appreciate time together. And we appreciate, like, I hope people appreciate live music. Like, I hope that we realize, oh, this is a privilege, it's a luxury, and it means a lot. Like, it hits us in almost an unspeakable way, unspeakable place.
Yeah.
That, like, it's like the language of heaven. Like it hits us in a way that it's hard to explain, and that is a beautiful thing, and it needs to keep existing. And
yeah.
so I hope that we value that as a people when things start to whatever going back to normal looks like.
This is the longest amount of time I've gone without as an adult. Yeah, I as an adult, I say from 19 to now. This is the longest I've gone without playing a live show. When I started Dirty River Boys with the other guys, we've pretty much played every weekend except for the few vacations we've taken throughout the years. From 19 in 2009 until now, and like it's strange coming off of that. It feels weird, like how much of my identity is kind of wrapped up in that kind of persona, and like that's me, and it's that's weird, but it's also kind of like being online and posting. I never paid attention to posting music online and do it now. Like it's a new level of, but yeah. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's weird, and I really truly hope that when this is over, a lot of people go see live music and support. I don't know. Everyone likes music. Everyone likes music.
I hope that we put our money where our mouth is, like that we. My mom said this famously to me when I liked multiple people. And I was trying to juggle that drama. She was like, "We feed the dog, you want to survive." And I was like, "Ooh, dang, Mom."
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, so I hope that people do that with music too. Like, if you like an artist, support them. If you don't have money, that's okay. Like all of their posts, comment, share their music from YouTube or whatever. Send it to your friends. Hey, I really love this band. I think you'll like them too. That's invaluable.
Yeah.
There are always ways to support the music that you love. If you don't love the music, don't worry about supporting it, but don't waste your time listening to it either. Listen to the stuff you love.
It's like the new currency. Like likes and shares are unfortunately not like the fiscal currency, but like it's the new way to.
Well, it kind of is currency, because if I want to get my Facebook post in front of 100 people that may or may not care about me, it's like $15 or whatever. Whereas if I have 3 friends that share this post with 5 of their friends, I might actually get 15 people that actually love what I'm doing and want to listen and maybe come to the show. Yeah. Like, that's worth so much more than me throwing money at Facebook to 100 people that really don't care about whatever I'm doing.
Yep.
So it really does mean a lot. Okay, we're going pretty long here. I love it though.
That's great.
Yeah. No. I'm going to do a quick question. Have I ever dated someone despite my parents?
Oh,
I'm trying to think. I've definitely thought about it.
yeah. I
Well,
never.
I like said this thing to my dad and I didn't realize it till later. Like I wrote him this funny like Father's Day card and I said something about like I don't something about motorcycles and tattoos or something and definitely dated a guy who drove a motorcycle like within 6 months. But
Oh
I
man.
wasn't like it wasn't to spite him and it wasn't like I
Or
went
maybe
out like looking for people with motorcycles, but like definitely enjoyed that. So
maybe like subconsciously there was a little like.
I didn't even realize it till later and then I was like, oh wow, that's so weird. I like spoke that over myself.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
That was
interesting.
definitely like the thing I missed the most in that relationship.
Yeah.
The motorcycle. That's sad.
No, that's real. Well,
Yeah,
that's
it
real.
was real.
That's
Actually,
real.
a thing happened at the end of that relationship. There was a lot of drama at the end, but like he came and visited and like we had this long conversation in the parking lot of my apartment building. While we were out, all of my roommates left and locked the apartment. So when I went back to my apartment, I couldn't get in.
Oh my God.
So he had to drive me to one of my roommates to get the key and drive me back. And I was like,
Damn.
God, how did you know? One more trip.
Damn. Dude with motorcycle, yeah, there's
Oh
gonna be
my
drama,
God.
I guess.
It was just like more funny than anything else. And I was like, wow, God, you're funny.
Yeah,
That's all right.
that's wild. Unreal.
Well, do you have a song?
I do.
Maybe perhaps the Corona song you're going to play?
Yeah. It's a little ridiculous. I'm gonna play a little more. I'm gonna play a little less ridiculous of a song. Um. Anyway. Um. Yeah. This may be a Dirty River Boys song. It may not be a Dirty River Boys song.
Oh, okay.
Like I mentioned to you when we were messaging earlier. Yeah, I do some like kind of indie pop stuff, synthy pop stuff, and I do some singer songwriter kind of sad stuff, and that kind of bleeds into what the Dirty River Boys does. What the Dirty River Boys do for those watching, and you know, if you don't know, it's a little more like we play in the quote unquote Texas country music scene, but we are not Texas country. It's like I like to call it Texas punk Americana. There's like a Flogging Molly vibe in there. There's like I grew up listening to like Rancid and like Minor Threat and also Bright Eyes and Towns
Oh,
Van
Bright
Zandt,
Eyes.
you know. So
Yeah.
some of the music that I do, you know, I want to do in my solo stuff, may fall into that. You know, it could fall into either bucket. But anyway, this is a song about uh, I'm from the east side of El Paso. On the east side, it's where the not so rich folks, the West Siders, are. You know, the people who get the money. This is a song about the girls that live on the West Side. It's called West Side Girls.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hold on, the video froze.
Oh, did I lose you?
Yeah,
Or just
okay, now you can go.
Oh, I'm
I don't know
back.
what
Okay.
happened. The video
Oh
froze.
no,
That
that
was
was
so
weird.
weird.
All right, here it goes. West Side Girls. West Side girls never come to the East Side. East Side boys always drive out west. That's alright, my tank is full. And anyway, them West Side girls are the best. It's an hour drive, traffic is easy. Plenty of time from the finish back to the start. To think of how you let them down. To think of the ways you let them tear you apart.
it's almost like they don't even mean to. Like all those hearts just accidentally break. Is that red lipstick from the painted nails, blood from what they're trying to take? And those diamonds in their hair might fool you. They're real, they've been there since birth. They wear them just to drive you crazy, to work for something you'll never afford. Cause West Side girls never come to the East Side. East Side boys always drive out west. That's alright, it just filled up. And anyway, them West Side girls are the best. They'll spin you around dancing out on Mason Street. They always leave when they know what they want. They're stubborn as a wildfire that burn through all the boundaries you set up. And what's the move to make you in them? The game is rigged, but you're gonna try. There's nothing in the world compares to how it feels when you make her smile. Those West Side girls never come to the East Side. East Side boys always drive out west. That's alright, my tank is full, and anyway, them West Side girls are the best. We got the harmonica. Yeah, West Side Girls.
Yeah. All right. You might be the first person to play harmonica on the show. I'm not sure.
I brought it out, and then like halfway through the song, I was like, I'm missing something. And then it was a harmonica. So anyway, that might turn up on a DRB album. That might turn up on a solo album I may eventually write, but we'll see. What do you got? What are you gonna play for us?
Something without a capo, so I was trying to figure that out.
Cool.
I wanted to play the Corona song, but I need a capo for that. I left it in another room, so I'm not gonna.
You're lefty? Wait, how's that? No, classic internet. You're not a lefty.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Cordova.
Nice.
It's beautiful. It's rosewood and it smells so good. Do you ever smell your guitar?
Yeah.
People think it's super weird, but
I'm tempted to.
I'm always like, if it doesn't, like, I love the smell of woods, so.
I have this 1965 knockoff Gibson, this Japanese brand called Ventura. Made it, but it's like legit. I'm sorry, it was 75, but it just smells like when I die, I want to be surrounded by that smell.
When you die, what?
I want to be surrounded by that smell. That's the way, like the inside of a guitar, like that is aged beautifully. Like that smells. It's like old books.
I think there's
like
certain woods I would prefer. if I was going to be surrounded by something, but I actually love the smell of cedar. I don't know that there's such a thing as a cedar guitar, but I love also the smell of rosewood. This one's rosewood too.
Nice.
So nice.
Oh yeah.
So this is a song I co-wrote with Grace Pettis. Do you know Grace?
I can't say that I do.
I feel like you'd probably, if you knew her, you would recognize. I don't know. She's hard to forget, I feel like.
Oh, all right.
She's one of my favorite songwriters in town.
Oh yeah.
She's also in the band Nobody's Girl with Betty Sue and Rebecca Lobe.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. Actually, I think they're Black Fret nominees this year. Nobody's Girl. Anyways, this song's called Shots I Didn't Take. And it just out of a conversation we had, and we decided we didn't want to not do a bunch of stuff that we'd regret not doing later, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That's what it is. Without a capo.
Nice.
Shots I didn't take, games I didn't play, songs I didn't sing, words I didn't say, the roads I couldn't walk down, shoes I could have filled, doors I could have opened are closed to me still. So many things I've stolen from myself, fishing pennies out from my own wishing well. Fear had a price tag, it cost me everything else. I was gonna see the world, what happened to those plans? I got tied up with work and somehow missed my chance. I should have kissed you then and never let you go, but I threw it to the wind and now I'll never know. So many things I've stolen from myself, fishing pennies out from my own wishing well. Fear had a price tag, it cost me everything else. And I'd pay the price for my mistakes if I had the chance to make the shots I didn't take, the shots I didn't take, the shots I didn't take.
Dude, that's great. Is that going to be recorded anywhere or?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't have immediate plans for it.
It's a well-written song.
Thanks.
It is, yeah. It drives like that. Shots I didn't take. Yeah, that's everyone feels that. That was awesome. Good job.
Thanks.
Record that sometime.
Thanks. Maybe I will.
Should.
Yeah. Well, dang, this is, I think, the longest one I've done so far.
I talk too much, I'm sorry.
I mean, every now and then, I think it's good and fine to just chat and talk and hang out. So
Talk
thanks
about
everyone
Nintendo
for tuning
64.
in. I've got you linked in my bio so people can
Cool.
find you in my bio.
Right on.
And then I'm gonna try and upload this as a video later. It's gonna take a long time to load this to YouTube.
Yeah, no worries. It was nice talking to you, Natalie.
Yeah, it's good talking to you too. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Let's hang out soon. Once this is all
Yeah,
over.
and keep in touch.
Definitely.
Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll be back here tomorrow night at 10. And yeah, stay safe and hang in there. We'll make it through together. Have a good one. Bye.